Welcome to Sensor Noise, a podcast about photography. I'm Andrew, joined as always by Arthur. Arthur,
Hello.
how's life?
You know, I'm a little annoyed. I just got back from the dump, and I'm stuck with two feelings. One is,
would you say you're down in the dumps?
No, I'm kind of annoyed at the dumps, I guess. So, you know, we spend all this time separating our recycling into the plastics and metals and the cardboards. But I'm at the dump today, and today's one of the garbage pickup days, and I see a truck come in, one of the recycling trucks, and
are you required to sort?
Yes, you have to sort
recycling.
Them.
Interesting.
Our recycling bin is separated. Even there's like two halves of it, which causes its own problems because the two, like the flap that goes between them, is held in with plastic clips, and those tend to break. And then they just, when they empty the bin with the robot, the divider just like falls into the garbage truck. And then you don't have a divider anymore. And then you have to call the city, and they come. Is the
divider recyclable at least, or
I don't know, but that's happened to me twice so far. We've only lived here like 4 years, and that's happened twice. That doesn't seem optimal.
No,
but anyway, a recycling truck pulls up, and you separate your waste, and then they just sort of dump it all into one pile.
Sure.
So I'm not really sure what the separation is for. Exactly.
Yeah, we don't have to do that here, which doesn't give me a whole lot of faith that they are actually, doing much with the recycling. But I mean, I guess we do have a materials recovery facility here.
Yeah, we do too. So. And they have machines, and they do sort it. Like, you can see the conveyor belts and stuff. It's clearly being sorted, but it's just like we're sorting it at home, and then seemingly in the truck it's just getting mixed together and dumped into one pile, and then they sort it again. I don't understand the extra effort.
Yeah, that
seems weird. Yeah. And then the second thing is the garbage facility is on East Java Drive here in Sunnyvale, and there's a closed restaurant there that's called Java Sushi, and I yearn for the Java Sushi. That's where there was an Old Sun campus over there. I think it's Google now mostly. But yeah, Java Sushi, man.
Yeah, nice.
Imagine what happened there.
I'm just thinking because it's autumn now. The heat has broken here mostly.
Oh, same here. Yeah, it was 49 degrees this morning.
That means my yard is covered in leaves, so I need to consider my leaf disposal strategy, which to some extent is, just mow it, because that is obviously the best, is to mulch it. But there is a point at which, because there are so many trees in my front yard and in my neighbor's front yard, that it becomes somewhat
too many.
challenging to do that. Yeah, like it's an excess of leaves, so you have to, pare it down a bit. But
does the dog like to jump in them?
No.
Fair
enough. Anyway, photography stuff, news. What's this here about the Ricoh GR IV?
Yeah, it's selling like crazy. Apparently it's number one. It's the number one camera on map camera in Japan, which makes sense.
Interesting. Pent up demand, I guess, because as we mentioned, this was a fairly long time coming. So,
but the GR3 never stopped selling well. That's the thing. And it still is, apparently. It's still selling well, despite the new one being out.
Well, and they've discontinued it, so it's whatever they have left. But, interesting.
Americans, you still can't get one of these. I guess you can order. But, you in the U.S., you can't get one currently. I want one, I think. So when they're available, I will try to get one. I believe.
Yeah, or you can see about I rented one for a time.
Yeah, I've got a wedding to go to at the end of this month, and I may see if I can rent one. But even last time I checked, even Lens Rentals was saying like coming soon. Like they didn't have them yet either, so it may be difficult to get.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how many because these seem like a fairly niche product. Although
Lens Rentals, it says coming soon, Ricoh GR4. So they don't have them yet.
Does Map Camera give like actual sales figures? No, they just have like
they just say
list. Because it's like well. I want like, is this 1,000 units, 10,000 units, 100 units? What's the scale that we're talking about here?
Interestingly, though, they do say the Hasselblad X2D Mark II is in the top 10 on map camera also, which is kind of nuts.
That makes me think that like the units must not be very high.
I don't know. I don't know, because this isn't the first time they've reported on it. Back in September, map camera also said that the best that the Hasselblad was in the top 10 back then as well. It's apparently doing very well in Japan for some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. The second item here, you know how it's hard to buy a DJI in the US right now, right?
Yes, I've heard this.
Yeah. It seems like DJI is knocking themselves off.
Yes, I saw this.
So there's a brand called Xtra, which is on like Amazon
strategy.
or whatever. And it appears as though they are selling DJI the Action 5 Pro and the Osmo Pocket, just like with a slightly different plastic shell, but otherwise identical.
Yeah, I mean
and they're avoiding tariffs by doing this because this is a company that's based in Delaware, apparently. So I don't really understand how they're avoiding tariffs. Maybe they're just doing final assembly in the U.S. or something. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah, that's
what's going on.
It's an interesting, interesting question.
It's very difficult to tell, but it is clearly like it's the same thing.
I'm looking here at the Xtra Muse, which is very much an Osmo Pocket.
Yeah. And it's still available for, $500, which is the original price of the Osmo.
Yeah.
As well.
Interesting that they are only selling the action cameras right now. I guess selling the drones.
They're not.
Well, that's all they have on Amazon, it seems. But.
There is another brand which may have disappeared by now, but this happened back in July. There was a brand called what is this? Sky Rover, which was also clearly selling DJI drones.
That one I feel like is maybe harder to
given the FAA implications of that. That's pretty complicated.
Right. Yeah.
But this is so strange to me. Like I get them trying to avoid the tariffs. This seems like a weird way to do it.
Whatever works, I guess.
But I don't know. Why wouldn't? It's weird. I don't know how it works. That's the thing. I don't understand how this avoids the tariffs, because there's no way this is actually there's no way they've spun up like a factory in the U.S. this fast.
Right.
So what are they doing? I don't know. In any case, it's still compatible with the DJI mics and the DJI software. So if you want an action cam, I guess get one of these because it's the same thing.
Next we have why are Nikon cameras so aggressively priced?
I just thought this is really funny. Water is wet. Why are Nikon cameras aggressively priced? Simple. So more people can afford them, is what Nikon says.
That's crazy.
That's kind of an official... That's an official statement from Nikon. It's like, it's not special pricing, but it's a price that comes naturally as we think about our target audience. Yeah. They want more people to be able to buy the camera. So
what they point out here is the Nikon ZR, their new cinema camera, is $2,200, whereas competitors like the Sony FX3, the Canon C50 are around $4,000. So pretty big difference.
It makes you wonder, is Nikon... I can't imagine they're selling them at a loss, but they must not not be having as big a margin.
Yeah.
Or maybe whatever chips they're using are just cheaper. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, that doesn't make sense because they're using Sony sensors still. And Sony's just like marking those sensors up to crazy amounts for their own devices. But I don't know. I just think it's funny that Nikon, when asked, why are your cameras so cheap? Oh, it's so that people can buy them.
There's a guy in the comments of this article who is very mad about it and says that it should be considered an advertorial and whatnot.
What?
Slavishly posting that Nikon, like some benevolent charity, prices their goods so they can help their customers is somewhere between misleading and ridiculous.
What? Okay. All
Go
right,
outside.
buddy. Touch grass. Jeez. Affinity has stopped selling their photo editing software and all of their software, it seems.
Yeah, this has caused alarm.
This is concerning. So they
if you
say
go to
they're
Affinity's
making...
website, it just says Creative Freedom is coming October 30th, and then there is little else. There's like help and learn for the current stuff, but you can't buy that stuff.
No, you can't buy anything. Supposedly, if you're an educational institution, you can. One of our friends was saying that, but yeah, I'm concerned. When a company says you've chosen to see the future first, this isn't just another update, it's the beginning of something new, a shift in how creative freedom is designed. That means they're going to charge more for it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and so the thing is, Affinity was bought by Canva last year.
Correct.
So,
and Canva is a subscription model,
right?
Though Affinity's, and of course,
one of the appeals of Affinity
point
is that it wasn't.
Right. Their entire point of existence is it's an alternative to Adobe stuff that you can buy once.
It's going to become one of those things where it's like, well, you can keep using our app that you have a perpetual license for. We just aren't going to update it for any of the new OSs or computer, CPUs or anything like that. And it'll just gradually become more and more useless.
Right. So it'll basically be, Creative Suite 6 or whatever the last one was.
Right. Yeah.
So they're definitely going to...
You won't get all the AI features. Don't you want the AI features?
I mean, maybe it's that. Maybe they add like a Figma style library of things you can get as a subscription. I don't know. I think they're going to chase recurring revenue here somehow. Probably.
I mean, that's how... I don't know how you survive as a software company at this point without doing that. You know?
It's becoming increasingly difficult. And I don't even fault them for it, but I'm hoping that they take a...
Short of, I mean, the only other option is that they have to raise the price for their software,
which I also
$400.
I'm not opposed to that if it's a one-time purchase, like actually a one-time purchase.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I guess they figure it's, much easier to sort of spoon feed people that with a monthly
That is what they think. And to Adobe's credit, they were right. Unit sales of Creative Suite is higher than it ever was when it was a one-time, $2,500 purchase.
Yeah.
So they're not...
You don't even get a cool box anymore.
No, I think they should still make the boxes.
Yeah.
Just send them out to promotional, influencers, get the big boxes.
I want the Macromedia Studio boxes back.
So we'll see what they do. I'm concerned, though, if they go to a subscription, that does open the market for yet another creative tool to come out, which could be interesting. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Affinity Cloud.
Yeah. I think they could do a pricing model that's fair if it was one of those ones where it's like, pay for a year of updates, where we stop giving you free updates after a certain period of time, but it's not like your software stops working. You can
still use it. Yeah. That's how a lot of our engineering software works, where it's like we have a perpetual license, but we would be stuck on that version unless we pay for the maintenance
for software. That's what the JetBrains tools do. Every year when your subscription renews, you make the payment, you get a perpetual license for whatever the version is at the time of your renewal. So every year you get a new perpetual license for the new version, and then you pay for updates. It works out, I think.
Oh, JetBrains has a smart coding agent.
Oh, of course they do.
Yeah.
All right. Next. Caira. We've got another one of these cameras that attach to the bottom of your iPhone.
Interesting.
Because people still seem to think that's a good idea. I don't know.
Attaches directly to your iPhone via MagSafe.
Yeah.
And is an interchangeable lens. This is a micro four thirds sensor and mount, I guess. But also features Google's next gen generative AI model, Nano Banana.
Yeah. So this is the thing. It's a full featured like micro four thirds camera for your phone, and then also it does some generative AI stuff, which is very confusing to me.
Yeah.
I'm really unsure of like why you would want this product. What does this do that your iPhone
Nano
can't
Banana? Caira ushers in a new era of on-camera generative editing, moving beyond simple capture to offer in-the-moment creation and editing, or spectacular real-time adjustments that were previously only possible through complex post-production software and workflows on laptops.
I don't think that's even true now.
Yeah. They're suggesting you can use like a natural language prompt and say, do color grading on this.
Can't you do that with Photoshop on your iPhone right now?
Probably, yeah.
Like, I don't think this does anything that you can't just do already.
Creators need more than just great image quality. They need speed, flexibility, and tools that match the pace of their imagination. By integrating Nano Banana directly into Caira, we are collapsing traditional content creation workflows.
Oh, this
we
is
aim
great.
To fundamentally shift how creators capture, edit, and share our world.
The examples that they've given, the sample images are hilarious. So the sample number 1, here's a woman, and then the modified version is here's a woman with a necklace.
I see that. Yeah.
Here's a daytime shot of New York. What if we turn that into a nighttime shot of New York?
Yeah.
Instead of just waiting a few hours.
Here's a glass of wine. What if it was a glass of water instead?
Yeah. It's like, I don't think anybody's doing this. This is like nuts to me.
It's like a tech demo.
Yeah.
But I don't see the usefulness of it.
So it's $695 on Kickstarter. It will be $995
on Kickstarter, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It will be $995 when it launches, and then also presumably will require a subscription to pay for this AI thing that's into it.
So we'll be able to get this on eBay for like what, $200 in a couple years?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, though. They say that they are building Caira with an ethics-first approach for AI.
That's right.
Yeah. The camera will always adhere to Google's generative AI prohibited use policy, and as such will not allow users to change a person's skin color, ethnicity, or core facial features.
Also should be noted, you can just go to nanobanana.org and just sort of do exactly this with any photo.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
is that all this? Well, they say it's built in, but is it actually built in, or is this just doing
There's no way.
Is this just doing some API calls?
There's no way it runs on the camera.
No, I'd be very hot, I imagine.
Yeah, you get 3 shots. It's like an Apple quick take. It just dies immediately.
I kind of want to, it'd be interesting to tear one of these apart and see what, is actually in it. But
yeah.
Did they secure my offer now? Kickstarter limited VIP offer.
Sure, man.
Where has this launched on Kickstarter yet?
Well, you have to make a deposit.
The campaign is slated to begin on October 30th.
Right.
Customers can also secure the lowest possible price with a $50 deposit.
That's right. So you can make a $50 deposit, and then you'll get a discount on your pledge on Kickstarter.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll be $7.95,
right.
And then when it comes to full retail, it'll be $9.95. So I don't. Yeah.
These people are not serious people, I think. This is a product for people who've never actually taken a photo. Yeah. Don't buy
Camera
this.
Intelligence changed its name from Alice Camera last month and announced its pivot to AI-based imaging technology.
Yeah, don't purchase this device.
This is Does a company like this, did they just get like a boatload of venture capital?
Almost certainly, yeah.
That's upsetting.
Yeah. So don't buy this. That's our official review. Here's something you might want to buy though. Kodak has partnered with Kodak has partnered with Reebok to make licensed
Reebok,
Kodak.
The other shoe company. Reebok?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a Kodak collection.
I didn't even know they were still around, to be honest.
Apparently
Who
they
buys
are.
Reeboks?
The same people who think that it's a good idea to just slap the Kodak logo on stuff.
Yeah, they're just taking classic Reebok styles and
just putting
embroidering the red Kodak, not even the like classic Kodak logo, the current red Kodak logo.
Yep. Because apparently,
to which I would simply say, okay.
The Kodak, there's a company in South Korea called Kodak Apparel that has the Kodak Apparel licensing.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's something that Kodak thought was a good idea. Yeah, so they're making some shirts. To be fair, I think they look kind of good. I would wear this. I'm not gonna buy it, but like
whoever's running the Kodak Apparel licensing stuff is apparently doing a good job.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job. These look pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just funny. And there's shoes apparently also, so not just t-shirts. There will also be shoes and pants.
Well, you would hope from Reebok.
Kodak pants. If you need that. So what have you got here? What's this?
This is Laowa. They have a 200mm f2 autofocus telephoto prime. This is another big boy lens. This one only $2,000, which is surprisingly good for this. This is similar to the Sigma 200mm f2 DG Sports,
right? But $1,300 less.
Yes,
and then less than half the price of the Nikon.
Yeah.
A third the price of the Canon.
And you know what? It looks fine.
Now, did you see the clever thing that they've done here?
The filter looking thing?
Well, the filter's cool. But no. What mounts is this available for?
Oh.
Have a look.
I'm looking. I'm scrolling. I'm clicking. I went too far. Ooh. A Z mount.
So Z mount, E mount, and what's that? What's that Canon mount there?
EF mount. What? Huh?
So if you think about it, kind of smart, because they can make a lens for the EF mount that will have official support. They cannot make a lens for the RF mount that will have official support.
That's
so they say use an adapter.
It's an interesting way to get around Canon's very stupid restrictions, and hopefully Canon realizes that is, And
to Laowa's credit, they also discount the EF version by $200, so that almost covers the price of the adapter you'd have to buy to use it.
So what is this little? Is this the filter thing? There's like a little thing you pull out from the back of the lens.
I think so. Yeah, I would imagine that's
where
you
put the filters. Yeah.
Because otherwise your filter would be huge.
Your filter would be ginormous. And even that is, it looks kind of small. But, it says the lens accepts 105mm front filters, but the E and Z mount versions can take 43mm rear filters. So you can put a small little filter in there, and then it's in sort of like a disc tray type thing I'm
guessing there's a little thread in there. You just screw it in.
Yeah.
And then put it in there. That's actually kind of nice, because then your filter doesn't get dirty or anything too.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do it. I've seen like rear filter stuff before, but it's usually like a weird, like you have to like cut a piece of like polarizing stuff.
You're like a gel,
like a rectangle or something.
Like a cinematography gel or something.
Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. So
the photos look good. I think it lacks stabilization though, which is probably why it's so cheap.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
But
it would also not surprise me that the cheap lens manufacturers have not yet cracked stabilization, because they've only just now figured out autofocus.
But honestly, with IBIS on so many cameras, maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and like, are you going to use this on a camera that doesn't have IBIS?
And you're also going to put it on a tripod, probably.
Yeah.
At least
yeah,
because
this thing
right?
is huge.
It's huge. It weighs a lot. You're going to put it on something. So it's probably
Right.
fine. Very cool. Honestly, I keep at it. This is good.
Mm-hmm. No, it says it weighs 3.7 pounds, which is not as bad as I would have thought.
That's still heavy, though.
Yeah, it is. Good bokeh. Instagram finally... I don't know why this has been a thing for so long. They're letting you post horizontal and vertical photos at the same time.
Wow.
In the same carousel.
I'm shocked that they figured out how to add a feature to Instagram.
Yeah. This has annoyed me for a very long time.
Yeah, seriously.
And there was no reason they couldn't do it, so, yeah.
But have you considered it will drive down ad engagement?
I guess so, yeah. Well, it's okay because they're getting all their ad engagement from Reels now. So
yeah. I mean, this is the first, like, just this year, even they added 3 to 4 aspect ratios.
Yeah,
that wasn't even supported before.
Right.
So, and now they even have this. See, they add this just in time for all the kids to move on. Have you seen those like extremely wide videos that are trending now?
No, I haven't.
I don't know what format this is. It's like 21:9 or something, or even slimmer than that. Or you just make a video that's really narrow.
We're all filming in kinemascope now.
Yeah, it's basically like that. It's like just super narrow, super wide videos. And they look preposterous on Instagram, but I guess it supports that aspect ratio for video for some reason.
Or whatever. Is that VistaVision? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, maybe.
The very wide screen. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why they're... I don't know.
1.85 to 1.
Maybe Instagram thinks that this will be a way to get the kids to leave TikTok. I don't think so, but, more power to them, I guess.
No, I think what's going to get people to lose TikTok is it being owned by Oracle.
Well, that will definitely have an impact, because who wants to give anything to Larry Ellison?
Well, and also I think it'll be funny because can you imagine if it starts taking on like Oracle user experience?
Oh my God. You have to like agree to the license agreement before you log in.
5 billion devices run TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly, here we have more details on this Knokke film scanner. They've put up some more information about it. First and most importantly, 999 euros, they say, is the price.
Okay.
Which is kind of astounding if that's true.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is that for a like high quality scanner, that's right about what you would expect.
It is. You're right.
Guess. Yeah.
So more information.
It's still quite expensive, but
but for 2025, is it? I don't think it is. Because what's your option? What choice do you have? And this includes the software that they're making as well.
Okay.
So it's all just part of the package,
Yeah.
So they say 4064 DPI. They say 48-bit color, 120 dB dynamic range. It's got its own custom LED matrix. It's USB-C 3.2. That's kind of nice. And then they also say 5 minutes to scan a roll is what they say.
That is quite impressive. If
that's real, that is astounding, I think. Yeah. And judging by the looks of how this thing seems to work, I mean, yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't be possible.
But does it have digital ice?
I don't know. We'll find out. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
They've sent one email with the launch update that had this information in it, but they haven't said anything about that yet.
They do have an FAQ question about what makes this different from other scanners like the Fuji Frontier, Nikon Coolscan, or camera stand setups.
What makes it different? One is that you can buy it.
Requires no legacy computer hardware or drivers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that is one thing. Now, they do say all schematics and repair manuals will be publicly available. Replacement parts can be purchased directly, and the software remains supported as long as possible. They're also saying the control application will be open source. So that means presumably people can make other software that maybe uses digital ice if theirs doesn't, like
says it delivers 78 dB linear dynamic range in 12-bit mode, expandable to 120 dB, which is about 14 stops, with the 3-step HDR log mode.
A native 16-bit output. Yeah,
I imagine that slows down the scanning a decent amount, but
probably. If you just set it up, if you just set it up and leave it alone, I mean, if you don't have to feed it in, who cares how long it takes?
That is the nice thing with roll-at-a-time scanners, is that you can pretty much set it up and then just hit go.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about like film strip scanners where you have to babysit them, and now I gotta pull these film strips out and feed these ones in, and
they say I
put them in upside down.
They say it supports any frame on 35 millimeter film.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's way more flexible than some of the older software.
That's true. Yeah.
If you had like a panoramic frame on a 35 mil, some other scanners won't know what to do with that. But this...
I guess that's true. I'm wondering, maybe they just are able to like sort of advance it as it's scanning, as if it were, for example, a flatbed scanner.
Right. I think my guess is the way they're doing it is scanning it not as like a single image for the entire roll, but kind of just progressively to find the edge. And they just assume that, where the border between the pictures is where the border should be. They just find it.
A cool scan can't do that, because a cool scan is basically like a camera inside of a box that's taking a full picture of the full frame at the time. So it can't do anything.
Probably isn't doing
you can do half frame, you get 2 of them at a time, but you can't do can't really properly do like a Hasselblad or anything like that.
Right. So very cool. I am pretty excited for this thing.
Interesting.
If real.
If real, yeah.
It looks real. I don't know.
Yeah.
They say they're launching on Kickstarter in like January. So we'll see.
Apparently they've already received way too many beta test requests.
Oh, I'm sure.
But they should still send us one.
They should, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll take one under consideration for sure. I'll even buy that film camera that we talked about last week. I'll buy one of those. All right, that's the news. We've wanted to talk about the iPhone 17 Pro.
The
cameras on there.
That's old news.
It is kind of old news at this point, but I've received.
Did you hear they're coming out
with
new MacBooks? No, that's
I did hear about that. Supposedly,
you received your new 17 Pro.
I have my orange 17 Pro. It's wonderful.
They're nice.
They fixed my biggest gripe with the Pro series, which is they used to get really hot, and they don't seem to do that anymore. I mean, it still gets warm, but whatever they've done for cooling has really done it. It's quite a bit better.
I mean, the teardowns were showing that they basically had like a vapor chamber.
They do have a vapor chamber
there, right? Which is for folks who aren't aware, that's the kind of thing you would find in like a laptop,
right?
To cool the CPU. It's pretty sophisticated for a phone, a cell phone.
Yeah. But not just that. I think the other thing that helps greatly is that the whole thing is a block of aluminum. So there's a lot more surface area to transfer the heat to.
Yes, that's true. It's not like a glass back now.
Right.
Anymore.
The glass back means you can't really dissipate the heat through the back very well. And the titanium...
Glass famously very good at conducting heat.
Right. And then the bands on the side were titanium. Right? So that doesn't radiate heat very well either. I mean, it's better than glass, but it's not like aluminum. So now the whole thing is an aluminum unibody. On the back, there's like a glass inset panel where the wireless charger is. But under that is more aluminum. So it just, the whole thing dissipates heat quite a bit better. Overall.
Also, I didn't realize this, but I guess this has been the case for many, many iPhone models now. But the storage is NVMe storage. It's not like M.2, but it is, like proper SSD class storage.
I think that started when they switched to like when they came out with the M series Max. I think they started because then they had like proper flash controllers.
No, I'm
for
seeing
the
it as
Max.
far back as like the iPhone 6. So.
Oh, it could be.
Although, it's Wikipedia, so who knows how true it actually is. But
in any case, very pleased with it so far. The
so
main reason I wanted
to...
I didn't want the Air. Well, I tried picking up an Air, and it's very cool, but it's too big for me. I prefer the small phones. I have the regular Pro, which is the smaller one.
Oh, is the Air...
It's bigger.
Huh.
It's between the Pro and the Pro Max.
Interesting.
But it's, very thin.
Yeah.
So I think this phone, it feels great in my hand. The color is great. The orange is fantastic. The aluminum feels nice. Overall, very good. The main reason I wanted to talk about it is the
how does the
zoom
weight
camera.
compare to the 16 titanium?
It's lighter. Is
it lighter?
It feels lighter. Maybe it's just better balanced. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because I remember, going from the 15 to the 16, there was a transition period where I would sometimes be like, oh, is my phone in my pocket? Because it was so much lighter that I wasn't sure.
Well, there's a lot less glass on it, which helps with the weight quite a bit.
Yeah.
I guess technically the aluminum is heavier than the titanium is, but I don't think it's noticeable.
Not the glass, yeah.
It feels lighter to me. I don't know if it actually is, or maybe it's just balanced better. It's hard to say. The other thing they did that's kind of interesting is they moved the 5G ultra wideband window to the top of the phone. So now it's like on the top edge, which kind of makes a lot more sense than the position that it was in before on the side. And finally they filled the area where the SIM slot used to be with more battery.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, they stopped putting SIM trays in most models outside of China. And that was just a hole in there where there was nothing. And now in those models, there's more battery. So I have to say the battery life on this is great. It's really quite good. I'm assuming it'll be even better next year when they get the Apple modem in there instead of the power-hungry Qualcomm one. But who knows?
Well, yeah, I don't know. They've had trouble with modems.
Supposedly, I haven't heard any complaints. So it's been in the iPhone 16e for like a year, right?
Yes.
And I haven't really heard any complaints. I don't know. Nobody seems to care about the modem that much.
It's interesting because didn't they buy this from
they
Intel?
bought it from Intel.
And maybe it's just that Intel didn't know what the heck they were doing.
So it was the iPhone 7 where some of them, because the AT&T ones had the Intel modem, and the rest had the Qualcomm one.
I believe so, yes.
And you're right, yeah. Back with that generation, the Intel modem was crap, apparently. But whatever the problems were, I haven't heard anyone say anything about the modem in the 16E, which means it's a success, I think. You don't want to think about it. If you're not thinking about it, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
And they put it in the Air and the regular 16, right, as well?
Yes, yeah.
So they must be fairly confident in it. And again, haven't really heard any complaints.
I guess if it's going in the volume model, it must not be terrible.
Now, I think that it would be fine if they had also put it in the Pro, because who cares about ultra wideband? Like, does anyone care about that? Because it seems to be the only real feature differentiator is that the Qualcomm one has that and the other one doesn't. But does anyone care about that?
Doesn't is that just that the Air itself doesn't have the it doesn't have ultra wideband, doesn't have millimeter wave.
Millimeter wave.
Yeah.
5G UWB on Verizon.
Yeah. Which, for the 5 seconds I seem to get it at a time.
Whenever I get it, it makes my reception actively worse because the phone will cling to it even if it can't actually reach the tower anymore.
Yeah.
It's a bad experience.
I'm finding with 5G, I'm having to go in and turn it off a weird amount so that it will just work.
I will say though, on this phone, it happens less that's a problem. It does still happen, but less.
That's nice. Yeah.
So maybe they've done some tweaking. I don't know. I would like a switch where you can just turn off ultra wideband entirely. I basically never need it or want it for any reason.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, give me that switch, or just give me a phone that doesn't have it. Because did it even ever make it outside the US?
I don't know.
Does anyone else have millimeter wave except for like Verizon customers in the US? Because like T-Mobile doesn't have it. They have the other 5G, like the fast 5G thing, but not millimeter wave.
Ultra wideband. Let me look here. Problem is, ultra wideband is
I know,
over-defined term.
Yeah, Apple did that to themselves.
5G ultra wideband.
Just looking up millimeter wave.
Well, that's also somewhat over-defined.
I think some people have it. I mean, it makes sense in cities, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, the reason I want to talk about this phone is the zoom camera specifically. The quote-unquote 8x camera, which is really 4x.
Is that that's the tetra prism one?
Yeah, the one with the big prism lens. So the big change that they made on this phone is now all three of the cameras are 48 megapixels. So it used to be that only the main camera was 48, but now all of them are. And let me tell you, if you ever thought maybe I'll buy like a Sony RX100, you don't need to do that. Just buy an iPhone Pro.
That's interesting. And that makes sense why I would notice, like, when I zoom in on my 16, that, like,
it looks like crap.
The quality gets noticeably worse.
Yeah,
to
because
me,
it is.
Anyway.
Because it is worse.
Yeah.
So on that camera, it used to be 5x zoom, and it was only 12 or 14 megapixels, I think. But now it's 48. So at 4x, you get 48, and at 8x, you get, I guess, 24 or something around there.
Yeah.
And my wife, I haven't taken it to a concert yet, but my wife took it to a concert, and the pictures she got with her iPhone are better than any picture I've ever taken at a concert with a rented RX100.
Wow.
It's astounding. Partially because of the stabilization. It also has stabilization on that lens now, but also just like Apple's image processing and the more resolution, like it's good. You don't need an RX100 anymore.
But also, Sony, get your stuff together.
Yeah, seriously. It shouldn't be this way that a phone
upgrade
can
the
be
sensor
better.
in your stupid camera that's 7 generations old. This is not difficult. You make so many sensors.
I know. This shouldn't be hard.
Sony should have a body where I can swap out the sensor, because I want to put one other like security camera or like, sensors in there and see what would happen, like the ones they put in like dash cams and whatnot, because they're good at low light. Let me swap the sensor in addition to the lens. I want to play around, but no, they won't. We can't have nice things. So that's interesting, and that is somewhat tempting to me. I did not. I normally am let me get the new iPhone, but this one was not that appealing to me. I think the other cameras, they're good. They're all good, but that one is really the standout difference to me is the zoom. Yeah. It is I do be using the zoom fairly frequently, because it turns out I'm not always close to the thing I want to photograph.
Right.
And I'm not always able to zoom with my feet either. Right. So
now I do take issue with their marketing somewhat, because they're like, it's like you have 5 lenses in your pocket, and they give you defaults of 0.5, 1x, 2x, 4x, 8x. There's your 5 lenses, but you have 3.
Well, 3. I was going to say, strictly speaking, you have 4 if you count the front-facing one.
I guess, yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is the front-facing, that you can take a horizontal photo with the front-facing camera.
So that one, I don't think the quality is that much better, but the implementation is quite a bit better. So they made the
just having like a
camera,
square sensor, and then
it's not a square.
It's not?
If you look at the teardowns, you look at the teardowns, it's an octagon.
Well, okay, that's interesting.
So they, instead of making it fully square, they've taken, that 16:9, rotated it, pasted it on top of each other 90 degrees, and then filled in the corners. So you can't, like, people are wondering, can I get a square image out of it? And no, apparently you can't, because it's not a square sensor. But the upshot is, yeah, when you're taking a selfie now, you don't have to rotate your phone to the side to take a landscape one. You just push a button and it rotates, because it doesn't have to anymore. It's the same either way. That is genuinely nice, I will say. But I don't think the quality, I think it is a higher resolution, but it's not like, I mean, how many high quality selfies are you taking, really? Like, we're both men of a certain age. We're not really taking selfies. I think.
Hey, speak for yourself. Tell me this: does it scratch easily? Apparently, that was there's always got to be. There's always some sort of thing with the latest iPhone.
I mean, I don't use a case, and I have no perceptible scratches. I can't see any scratches. I don't use a case, so I think I'd be the one who would know. And no. But yeah, I mean, they're right. So the whole thing is anodized aluminum, and anodized aluminum is very, very hard. It will not scratch under most circumstances, unless there is a sharp corner, and there is a sharp corner around the camera bump on the plateau. Is that what they were calling it?
Yes, the camera plateau.
Their iconic plateau. I think they said, which is an insane thing to say to me. But yeah, there's a sharp edge on there. So sure, if you nick the sharp edge, it will scratch, because that's how anodized coatings work. Does it really matter? I don't think so. I think it's fine. The display does seem to be more scratch resistant, which is something they said, but that seems to be true. I don't have any scratches that I can see on there right now, and my 16 definitely had those. Yeah,
I mean, have you used a screen protector?
I haven't used a screen protector since 2012.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, no, I don't use screen protectors.
I know, I know folks who use screen protectors, and the glass ones seem much better quality than the old ones, but
they are. But I think they're too thick.
They are too thick, and I think it kind of made sense if you were tossing your phone into like a purse where keys are gonna, butt up against it all the time. But I think we're reaching the point where it just is not necessary anymore.
It's not necessary.
Yeah,
but it goes back and forth. That's the thing. Generally, like, Apple's main goal is to make the screens not crack when you drop them. That's like the main goal.
Right. Yeah.
And they've gone through various different glass technologies over time. Some of them, like, it seems like the incidence of cracks do go down, but depending on the specific, like, kind of glass they're using year to year, sometimes they're more scratch resistant than other times. It's just how this glass development goes, I guess. But this new one is, it's what, like ceramic shield or something, whatever they call it. So far, no scratches. We'll see how it holds up. Right now, I think I probably will keep this phone for 2 years. I don't generally, but it's very good. It's the first one in a while where I'm like, yeah, this is a good one.
Huh.
The last one I felt this way about was, I think, the 12. I think.
I don't know. They've all been sort of forgettable for me since color. Like the.
No, it was my 11. The 11 with the.
The 11 was. I say the 11 is probably the last one that I remember as like this is neat.
Because that was the first one that had the 3 cameras and a night mode.
Yeah, and then I feel like everyone since then has been pretty forgettable. So.
Yeah, the 11 was the last rounded one. Then they went back to the square sides after that one. My 11, the green 11 Pro, that was nice. I liked that one. That was the last time I felt
that was the green that could have stood to be a little more green.
A little more green, which they corrected with the 12 when they made the green 12. That was very green.
Yeah.
But that was the last one I feel like I felt like this about. This one, I feel good about this one. Now, iOS 26 is a whole nother matter. I know.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need to get into that. It's
it
like sure is an operating system.
I like the what was that? Someone posted like an official like audit of the accessibility / usability of it, and it's like, yeah, it's really bad. It turns out transparency is basically really bad for distinguishing what things are different on the screen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know exactly why we're going back to like Windows Vista design language, but whatever.
Everything old is new again. We're also going back to Jinkos, so like
I say like, yeah, I upgraded to iOS 26. I'm pretty much used to it at this point.
Yeah.
It's the transparency definitely gets weird at times, the way it like really messes with like things in the background, but I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's mostly fine. I don't know. It like it's usable.
Yeah.
Is the nicest thing I can say about it. I think I'm more annoyed. Like I'm more annoyed with it on iOS than I am on Mac, to be fair. Like on Tahoe, they definitely like, I think it's less bad.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because less apps have updated. I don't know. But
the thing I find annoying on Mac OS is that like the windows are too round for me now. Like,
well,
why
yeah,
are they that round?
The problem is that a lot of apps haven't updated yet. So some of them are very round and some of them are not.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard. It's kind of jarring. Like Firefox is not updated yet.
Yeah.
But Chrome has.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's like I just want to like crawl back into like, Windows 98, everything is squared off, or like Mac OS 9, everything is squared off. There's
I don't yearn for that. I yearn for Tiger, I think.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
10.4, man. Bring me back. Before they leopardized it. Leopard was
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. 10.4 when they introduced Spotlight for the first time.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I yearn for, especially the widgets, the dashboard widgets.
That was a time.
I mean, we've come back to those, right?
I was going to say, remember widgets? They're back.
They're
now.
back.
Yeah.
But the aesthetic of the Tiger widgets was way better, I think.
It's funny that you have widgets now again on Mac OS, and for the first time on iOS, but you don't get dashboard back. It's just in the control center or whatever,
or on the desktop.
Yeah,
which was something you could do with dashboard widgets before.
But I feel like they are also like, because they're very much like they're all squares or rectangles. You don't get the whimsy of some of the
no, you don't have the whimsy, and it's not just that. It's also like impossible to make them like the dashboard widgets because the widget system is all based on Swift UI, and it's you're not drawing the widget directly. You're like instructing the system on how to draw the widget. And like you like compress a Swift UI view, and you include a timeline so it can like change at different intervals, like what the watch used to do with the like time. Remember the time travel thing on the watch you used to be able to do?
Oh yeah,
where you could like rotate the crown and go back and forth in time.
One of the more useless features of the watch. Yeah.
Hey, I use that all the time. I used it for calendar events at work. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I could look forward and see, like, without leaving the watch face, I could just scroll the crown and then see, like, what calendar events I had for the rest of the day, like what meetings. But the widgets, you work on something similar to that, so that's kind of why they all look similar, because there's less customizability you can do in there. But anyway, iPhone 17 Pro, good phone. Shockingly, Apple made a good phone. Yeah, and the accessories are good, the cases are good. I think I'm legally required to say that, or I'll get killed.
10.4 required 256 megabytes of RAM and 3 gigabytes of hard drive space.
It did. That was a problem for my 12-inch PowerBook G4 that only had 80 gigs of hard drive space total.
Yeah.
that was a problem for me.
Can't believe we used to live like that. But
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all we have for you this week. Tune back in a couple weeks for more of whatever this is and whatever's going on in photography, cameras, things of that nature. At that time.
See ya.
See ya.